Newspapers have been delivering news for hundreds of years. Have you ever wondered what it takes to bring today's news to print and have it delivered to your doorstep in less than 24 hours? Let's go find out.
Read all about it. Morning paper. Paper, mister?
Your daily newspaper. Well, this is familiar.
Wait a minute, who pulled that ancient video clip? We want to know how newspapers are created in the 21st century. Our local newspaper is printed just down the street. Let's head on over and find out how they do it today. It all begins at the editors' meeting. Let's listen in.
If you have Wilson out there, what else would you take out there?
Every day, the chief editor and his team of editors gather to determine which stories will appear in the paper. All sections of the paper are represented. Let's listen in on the editors' meeting.
Council, I'm still waiting to hear exactly what has come of it. I don't know that it's A1 yet. I don't even know that it's section front.
Section front, skybox, gutter, A1. What is that, steak sauce? Let's break down the parts of a newspaper. There's the title at the top, there are gutters on either side, and the skybox teasers appear at the top. Then this guy cuts down this guy, he cuts to the right, goes down and scores, and... Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong thing. Never mind.
And Frank, the Hens are in town tomorrow. Tell us about that. How are you going to cover them?
Yes, we are. We've got planned. It's supposed to be a special day at Fifth Third Field, and Frank Gilhooly is things that make Toledo special. And the International League is going to honor Frank Gilhooly for years of service.
So will the Hens make your cover for tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely. They're the centerpiece.
It'll be the centerpiece.
Yeah, I would recommend to a skybox for Frank. So.
Okay.
That sounds like a great story to cover. Let's head over to the stadium and see how it's done. So who is this Gilhooly guy anyway? Makes a good hot dog.
Frank Gilhooly is a native of Northwest Ohio. He was a bat boy at the old fields. He's progressed all the way to Fifth Third Field. He's a walking, talking dictionary when it comes to the Mud Hens. We celebrate that, and we want others to know his story.
As game time approaches, the stadium buzzes with activities. The visitors find their seats, the field gets a few finishing touches, and the players warm up. The reporters and photographers on assignment begin gathering information for the story. Nearly every story includes the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, and why, and sometimes even a how. It's the reporter's job to gather that information accurately. Photographs add a compelling element to the story. You know the old saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words.
A good photograph for the Blade is something that captures kind of a peak moment, an emotional moment, something that tells the story, something that's going to evoke a response from the reader, whether it's happy, sad, they laugh, something that touches them.
When the game is over, the story and photographs are uploaded to the newsroom. Let's see how the editors pull it all together to create the pages.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got the list of the sports stories for tomorrow. I know we have the Tigers, Mud Hens versus Indy, got the auto race and NBA, but I need to know, what are we doing with the Gilhooly story tomorrow?
Well, I think we're going to put Gilhooly as a package with the Mud Hens game story. So we're going to put it in the middle of the page here, put the Hens story next to it. The Tigers played and won today, and we'll put that across the top.
Okay. What Gilhooly art are we looking at?
I'm going to use this picture here where he's talking to the crowd.
Okay.
And we'll give the picture where he's being honored to the front page to use on the skybox.
Okay, that sounds good.
So.
All right, and do we have a Hens photo yet?
We have this one of Jeff Frazier, and he is one of the stars of the game, so I'm leaning towards using that one.
Okay.
And we'll take a look at some of the others when they come in.
All right, where's he going to go?
It's going to go right next to the Gilhooly story as the game story packaged down the side.
All right, well, it looks like we're good to go.
Okay.
I'll check in with you later then. Okay, thanks.
After the text, images, and layout are approved by the editors, everything heads to the image setting department. Here, each page is sent to a special printer that creates a full-size negative for each page of the paper. To create a color newspaper, a negative must be created for each of the 4 colors used in the printing process: black, cyan, yellow, and magenta. It's very important that each of the negatives align with each other. Otherwise, the images and text may look muddy or out of focus. This is checked by stacking them on top of each other on a light table to make sure each is aligned correctly. Look for the alignment marks in the four corners of today's paper to see how closely the negatives were aligned. The negatives cannot be used to print the paper directly. They are used to create printing plates. These metal sheets have a coating on them that is sensitive to ultraviolet light. Here, the plates are being mounted on top of negatives, secured, and then rotated to be exposed to the UV light. To protect the operator and get the plates as close to the light as possible, they are rotated inside the exposer. After just a few seconds, they are ready to be removed. Once they are removed, they are sent through a developing machine that strips away any of the coating that was not exposed to the UV light. These are the plates that will be mounted on the printing press to create the printed page. Now that we have our printing plates, let's head to the presses. Large rolls of paper are strung together in one continuous stream called a web to feed the presses that will print the paper. All four plates, one for each color, are mounted on the presses and held in place with magnets. Once the plates are ready, the presses begin to roll. The paper is built one color at a time. Yellow is the first color applied. Now watch closely as black, cyan, and finally magenta are added to produce a full color page. Final adjustments are made for alignment and color balance, and then the press is cranked up to full speed. The pages are cut, folded, and sent to be bundled for distribution. Here they are straightened, counted, and bundled. They are now ready to be loaded on trucks and sent to your doorstep.
Here's today's paper. Let's find our story. Here it is. In less than 24 hours, we've followed this story from idea to print to delivery at our doorstep. Imagine what it takes to create the entire paper every day. To learn more, check out our Dig Deeper segments and science experiments included with this video.